Hello everyone, it's Megan. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. Today we're taking it easy. I've got just a little bit of makeup on. It's been really busy. My daughter started school last week. I'm working on a video that will come out in like 2 weeks. I want to make it really good. So today we're taking it easy. I got my phone. And if you can't tell by the title, I'm going to react to some TikToks from WitchTok. However, we're going to do it my way. So I gathered links from TikTok, scrolling through my For You page, of videos that I wanted to react to. Only one of these, if I remembered to include the link, only one of these I have seen before. The other ones, they popped up, they looked witchy or spiritual, so I just grabbed the link. I didn't watch them. So you're going to get my genuine reaction to some of these. We know that WitchTok can be full of misinformation because, you know, it's 30-second clips or 1-minute clips. It's rapid information that is made for entertainment purposes usually. However, not all information on WitchTok is bad. And I want to go through and react to these TikToks for educational purposes. I want to talk about them and I want to give my opinion and give my thoughts. I don't want this video to turn into an attack on the creators that I'm going to show because it's not an attack. I want to talk about what they have to say and see if maybe my opinions or my practice differs. So I got my phone and let's get started.
How some of y'all be shuffling tarot cards.
Let's see what Spirit has for you today. Wow, the cards are just coming out. Wow, like 10 cards just fell out on the deck for you. Wow, the cards are just jumping out today. You threw that deck. That was not my guys. You threw that deck, honey.
Okay, so I have to admit, when I first saw like the beginning of what this video was gonna be, I was concerned because I'm like, so we're gonna tell people how to shuffle tarot cards now? But I think the creator has a point. And this isn't to say that anybody that shuffles their cards like this is doing it wrong. But if it becomes an issue where every single time you're shuffling your tarot cards are just going everywhere, then yeah, you might want to reconsider the way that you're shuffling. However, I do know some people who read cards that way and who have a deck specifically that's the only way that it works for them. And that's totally okay too. I guess going through this, if it works for you, then that's great. I'm not here to tell anybody how to shuffle their damn tarot cards. If it works for you, it works for you. If the messages make sense, if the spirits that you're communicating with get their point across that particular way, then, you know, more power to you. They're cards, shuffle them in whatever way works for you. Next one.
Look at where you came from, look at you now. Zuckerberg and Gates and Buffett, amateurs can fucking suck. That's why, show us.
Okay. I mean, yeah. If you don't really understand the basics of witchcraft or your practice, then you might struggle. Now, this person says that, let me play it again.
Look at where you came from, look at you now.
Tethering,
Zuckerberg and Gates and Buffett, amateurs.
Conduits. So if you don't understand those in her particular method of practicing, then you're going to struggle. And that's not to say that these things, tethering and activation and conduits, that's not to say that these are 100% foundational. They can be if that's what your practice is based on. In my opinion, foundational practices are going to be things like energy work, sensing and feeling energy, being able to move it and push it around and get it to do what you want it to do. And then absolutely, if you're going to be working magic with other people's energy or against other people, then you are going to want to understand tethering. Someone has asked me to talk about tethering before. It's on my list of things to talk about. Correspondences, like I've talked about correspondences before. Those are important if they're important in your practice. But I don't really have much else to say about this one. It says interact if you're ready to learn some real shit. No spell bottles or dressed candles, I promise. So the caption seems kind of condescending, saying, you know, no spell bottles, no dressed candles. There's nothing wrong with a good spell bottle or a good dressed candle if that's the way you work your practice. Pine cone. Right your hand. Okay. So this one is... That's it. Okay, so Pinecone Hub, I guess, it looks like it's a website where you can type in what you want and the website will give you ingredients and stuff that you can use in your spell. I kind of have an issue with that, but only for one reason. That reason being that it doesn't put any intuition behind it, and the website doesn't appear to give you the reason behind that particular ingredient being suggested for that spell, whatever your intention might be. So while I think that can be a good starting point, it should not be the be-all, end-all of putting ingredients in your spell. It should go a little deeper than that, I believe.
おい、天空のライアーを手に入れたのは酔っ払い相手に歌を聴かせるためなのかよ。おい、天空の
I don't know if I want to touch that one. Yeah, I don't know if I want to touch that one. You have to be respectful with deities if you want to start working with them, and then a new witch starts saying that they're in love with Hades. It reminds me of 2000s Tumblr and god spousing, and I mean, look, I'm not here to tell anybody what their relationship can and can't be like with deity. But if you are a new practitioner, if you are new to polytheism or witchcraft in general, I highly, highly, highly advise against jumping right into deity work, and especially romantic relationships with deities. I have my own opinions on that, and they're not really something that I guess I care to talk about because god spousing just isn't a thing for me. The only thing that I don't like about this video, and well, I guess it's not even that, it points out a difference, I want to say, between different types of practitioners. There are some practitioners who take their crafts extremely seriously, and there's nothing wrong with that. I am of the camp that yes, you should be respectful to your deities, and you should not approach a deity if you're not willing to work with them or go through the motions of giving offerings and learning about them. And you know, it's not something to be taken lightly. And this is the first encounter I've had with a type of video like this where you know, they're talking about new witches being in romantic relationships with their deities. I'm not here to knock your practice. I just caution against that 100%. And that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Signs you're ignoring psychic gifts. All right, so let's break this down. Signs that you're ignoring psychic gifts. The very first one on here is pain in your shoulders and neck. It doesn't say why this is a sign that you're ignoring psychic gifts. And I am of the opinion that if you are experiencing any sort of physical pain, you should probably be checked out by a medical provider before doing anything else. Because while spirituality and medicine can go hand in hand, that doesn't necessarily mean that there is not a physical reason that you're in pain. This is especially true if you're someone that sits at a desk all day or has really bad posture. You're gonna have pain in your neck and shoulders. I mean, that's just true. Take it from somebody who works a desk job. Hello. I sit in front of my computer all day long. And then even before, when I was working for hospitals and stuff in offices, I have had to go to physical therapy because of posture correction and, tension and pain in my neck and my shoulders and in my upper back. Because sitting at a computer desk in front of a computer is really hard on your body. So I'm not sure why pain in your neck and shoulders would be signs that you're putting off psychic gifts or abilities. I mean, I guess it can be, but I definitely would encourage you to see a doctor first. The next one, feeling random taps on your shoulder and stuff. I mean, yeah, that would kind of freak me out, especially if it was a common occurrence. Constant deja vu, that happens to me all the time. So, I mean, yeah, it could be. Tingling between your brows. Okay, so this actually happens a lot with me, and mine actually stems from the fact that I get dehydrated really easy. If I get dehydrated easy or I don't drink enough water, my whole head hurts, but I especially get pain and pressure and tingling sensations right here in this area of my head. Also because I have sinus issues, and you have sinus cavities, all over your face. So, I mean, it could be. It might not be. Sleep paralysis, repeating dreams, waking up at 3 a.m., and feeling like you've met someone before. Sure. Sleep paralysis is scary. I have had sleep paralysis. I've experienced it once in my life, and it was terrifying. Sometimes sleep paralysis can just be caused by stress because it's a disconnect between your physical body and your brain, and thinking like one's asleep and one's awake, and I'll leave some links in the description about sleep paralysis and the science behind it. Could it be a psychic ability? Absolutely. Could it be signs that you're ignoring some sort of message or anything like that? Sure. But again, it could also have a physical cause and a mental cause. As far as the rest of them, repeating dreams, yeah, dreams are our subconscious's way of processing information and events from our waking life. Repeating dreams could be a sign that you're missing something. Somebody is trying to send you a message, or your brain is just trying to process something. This is all going to be highly situational and subjective to the person that's experiencing all of these things. So I wouldn't say that all of these things are a blanket statement that if you're experiencing all of these things together, you're ignoring psychic abilities. I would say that everybody needs to use their discernment and their critical thinking and see if it applies to them, and make sure that there is no physical reason that you're in pain or that you can't sleep.
Hi, I'm your local witchy gargoyle. We need to have a conversation about something aggressively because I haven't seen anybody talk about this in any way. So let's get into it. When you guys are asking experienced practitioners questions about things that are, kind of like up their alley, quit trying to feel special. Holy shit. Some of y'all don't understand mundane before magical, and it fucking shows. For example, I've had the scenario where somebody has asked a good friend of mine for like a dream interpretation, and then they keep adding shit on after the interpretation has been given. Shit that put together just doesn't make sense. Another scenario is when some of y'all beginning practitioners come to practitioners that work with deities, and you'll ask questions about deities that you know they work with, asking if they're reaching out, but you'll do it like this. I keep seeing suns and crows and swans anywhere. Does anybody know what this could possibly mean? Then you'll ask it on a video that talks about Apollo. Like, what? You know what it means. Hi, I'm your local witchy gargoyle. We need to have a conversation about something.
I like this person. I've seen a couple of their videos before, but they have a point. I mean, it's okay if something that you're experiencing is mundane. It's all right. I mean, shit's gonna happen that isn't always going to be magical, and not everything is going to have a magical connection. Mundane over magical, mundane and magical, all of those things can work together. But it shouldn't always be everything has a magical reason. And, you know, when you go and you ask questions of more experienced practitioners, it's okay if you are just having a question and you don't have to add on a bunch of other stuff to make it seem more magical than it is. It's okay to be just like the rest of us. You don't have to have some ridiculous, outlandish experience for it to be a magical experience and for it to have meaning. And then onto what they said extra about deities. That's kind of obnoxious. And I'm of the opinion that signs are for you to interpret, and if you're seeing things everywhere and they don't have a mundane cause, you know, like it's not migration season or anything like that for whatever animal it is, then you should probably look into it. Nobody else is going to be able to tell you exactly what those signs mean if those signs are meant specifically for you. However, that doesn't mean that you should just negate all common sense and critical thinking and just jump right into magical reasonings for absolutely everything. Next. Before we even go into the rest of this video, what I like about this one is that it says spiritual awakenings based on my experience. It doesn't say this is going to happen to you, this is what happens every time there's a spiritual awakening. It says based on my experience. And we need more of that in these little videos. We need more people saying, this is my UPG. These are my experiences. This is what I believe, and here's why, but it's not verifiable. Verify. That word sounds weird. You can't verify it, is what I'm getting at. Let's keep watching. I don't know how I feel about this TikTok in particular, because while this person may have gone through a period of depression and anxiety and insomnia, I don't want to write that off as a normal spiritual experience for everyone, because I have major depressive disorder. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I have an anxiety disorder. None of that has to do with a spiritual awakening for me, period. It has to do with childhood trauma and crappy things that have happened in my life. So I really don't want to normalize that depression or anxiety or even insomnia are all parts of a spiritual awakening for everyone. I mean, if that's how it worked for you, then great. I suppose, as long as you've made it out on the other side. But I will always 100% advocate for mental health and seeing a professional whenever necessary. And if you're experiencing something like major depression or really bad anxiety, or you just can't sleep, please seek professional help before just jumping in and saying that everything has a spiritual reason. You have to take care of your mental and physical body before even taking care of your spiritual one, in my opinion. All right, what does this say? I've been practicing witchcraft for almost 30 years, and this closed practice shit is exactly that. Total bullshit. Y'all need to stop. I can't even. All right, so this person is reacting to this comment that they received. Let's see what they say. We all know how I feel about closed practices and cultural appropriation.
Yesterday, Witch Kid said she was back on her bullshit, and truth be told, I'm back on my bullshit too with that comment. If you're white and you think it's okay to use white sage, get off my page. I don't want to be mutuals with you. I don't think the same as you, so please don't say that it's okay, because it's not okay. You have a colonizer mentality, and I can't handle it anymore. It's a closed practice. Don't burn white sage. White sage is not for us, white people. Say it again one more time with me for the people louder in the back. White sage is not for us. Just stop. Just stop with the ignorance. Your colonizer mentality is showing. I don't care if you've been practicing for 100 years. Stop. So yesterday...
I have no reaction because I agree with her. Next. That one is funny. Oh my gosh, I need to watch that one again. I love TikToks that are able to be funny and show a practical side of being a witch that isn't always so serious. I mean, for sure, don't move or I'm going to shoot the most challenging part of being a witch, and everybody starts dancing and everybody's afraid, and then the most challenging part of being a witch that gets shot is actually keeping your altar clean. Yeah. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I didn't have as many that I was angry about or irritated about that I thought I would. So yeah, if you want me to react to some TikToks, if you have anything that you want me to react to, leave them in the comments below, send me an email, follow me on TikTok if you want, tiktok.com, whatever it is, it's Round the Cauldron. I'm Round the Cauldron everywhere. So I will see you next time. Bye.